What's the hugest storm that has ever hit the world? Is it tsunami? Is it Katrina or tsunami? I think it's tsunami, not so? So that's what hit Arsenal fans today hard after a story came in through from a credible source coming in from Germany that they are really lying second fiddle in the race of Fresneda in there. For you remember yesterday, we brought you a story that Arsenal had gone ahead to agree a deal with Valladolid for Fresneda. Now, as things stood in the morning, Arsenal fans were hit by a tsunami that Borussia Dortmund is taking over Fresneda. But guess what? Di Marzio has gone ahead and really came to the rescue of Arsenal fans' hearts. And obviously, he has really calmed the weather. He has calmed the tsunami. And guess what? Arsenal, you are really leading the race for Fresneda. Obviously, the right back, 18-year-old, one of the most prospective talents, young talents, as far as playing the right back position are concerned, is almost known far away from joining Arsenal. Though there is a Camavinga to Arsenal blow that we've gotten detailing as to why Real Madrid don't want a loan move for Camavinga to Arsenal. And lastly, we're going to talk about a player called Nketiah and how he's flying high in rankings as far as the top scorers of the top 5 leagues are concerned. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? Where are you watching us from? Good evening. Second video of the day. We are here to let you know about the latest news coming in from the camp of Arsenal. And the next third video is going to be about Chelsea, Danjuma, and very many others, because it looks like Chelsea have gone in for a player known as Enzo Fernandez. But the team is adamant where he plays for, that is Benfica. They want 120 million euros. Chelsea is really trading, all moving around with 100 million euros. So they are calling for that much. So as things stand, we are really doing a very good job. Thank you guys for subscribing. We are left with just, 100 subscribers to hit 11,000 subscribers. And guys, continue subscribing. How do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. If at all, after smashing it, hit the notification bell that whenever you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. Now, let's go to Ivan Fresneda. Fresneda is really one of the young, talented right backs. Good defensively, good going forward, and he has a lot to add to his game. He's being looked at as one of the next big things in world football. So, Arsenal have been chasing this player, and his agent was at the Emirates, I think, last week, and he talked to Mikel Arteta. And guess what? Today morning, there is a story that really came in through via Parcel News, and this is a reporter coming in from Valladolid, meaning that it was really close source, and this story sent all Arsenal fans in total confusion, because they really thought that they are really in the lead, and obviously they really went out of that state of frenzy to a state of being worried and tormented. But he said Borussia Dortmund are reportedly close to agreeing to what Real Valladolid want. Fresneda, Valladolid want them to sign the player, then loan him back, so the clauses that exist in the contract can be nullified and won't affect payment. So that is what really came out in the morning. That really left Arsenal fans in total dismay. So at that juncture, all things look like they're out of Arsenal's hands. And again, guess who came through to talk? It's the director of Valladolid on Fresneda and his next move. We are told the following by the director, and all these were really locking Arsenal out of the door to sign a player known as Ivan Fresneda. Now, Fran Sanchez, director of Valladolid on Fresneda, we go hand in hand with their representatives who showed us the interests of many clubs. So that is what he said, that they are talking to the representatives of the teams that are really wanting to go ahead and really take the player, plus the representatives of the player. So they are in contact, and he looked like he was leaning where Borussia Dortmund was, because Dortmund at first never wanted to really loan back this player. That's it. Yet Valladolid and the player wanted to spend their last 6 months of this season at Valladolid. Then in the summer, he makes a permanent move. For Arsenal, it looked like it was okay for them to go all out and really say, all right, let's agree onto that. But Borussia Dortmund also came in through and we did the needful. Remember, Borussia Dortmund and Arsenal have agreed a fee of 15 million euros with Valladolid to come in and really sign on a player. So it shows you that it was really tricky, but obviously that is what was happening at that particular juncture. Then Luca Bendoni told us that Arsenal and Borussia Dortmund are now in front seats of Ivan Fresneda deal. Newcastle described as a set behind. Newcastle described as a step behind. Now, this is where, if at all you're a fan of Newcastle, this is where you come in through and say, all right, we need to work hard because Borussia Dortmund plays in the Champions League. Arsenal is looking work to play in the Champions League, meaning that for Newcastle not to be called a step behind for player, they need to work hard. And that calls for consistency of being in the top 4 positions to qualify for the Champions League. And secondly, it calls for them winning trophies to go into the big boys boots. So that's what it's all about. But this was another reliever that tried to stabilize the situation of Arsenal fans who were hit by a tsunami, and he told them that Arsenal and Borussia Dortmund are now in front seats on Ivan Fresneda deal. So that is the story that we came in through, and we gave them a little bit of relief that, all right, we might be back in it. And guess what? The man himself, known as Dimasio, said this on Sky Sports. I was watching him with my naked eyes, and he said this into the eyes of the millions and millions watching in the transfer show on Sky Sports. He told them that Arsenal are leading the race for Fresneda. Can I repeat it? Arsenal are leading the race for Fresneda. That is Gianluca Dimasio. You know him very well. He is a Sky Sports international reporter, football transfer expert. That is the guy, and he has been here for so long. Though the likes of Fabrizio and David Austin have come and taken over him, but he's still in contact with his agents. He knows all what is happening. He has broken certain deals, like that deal of Jakub Okia to Arsenal. He's the one who really broke that story, that it's a done deal. He took the photo of him boarding from Spezia to London. He reported that he has really arrived, completed his medical. So he's so close to such deals, and that is a man known as Dimasio. Now, he has told us that Arsenal are leading the race for Fresneda. That is great news for Arsenal, because when you look at how Mikel Arteta wants his team to be playing, he needs a flying right back. That's it. He needs a flying right back. This comes to my understanding that maybe next season, Ben White is going to go back in the central defense to battle it with a player known as William Saliba, as Jacob Queer battles it out with Gabriel Magalhaes. Then Tomiyasu will battle it out with Fresneda. That's it. That's what is running in my mind, and I believe that's what Mikel Arteta is planning, because if you bring in Fresneda, that means you have to promise him that he's going to get enough playing time. Because if he's to come to Arsenal and let Borussia Dortmund down, he has to come with an assurance of him starting. Reason being, if he goes to Borussia Dortmund, he starts right away, because Monia, who is playing as their right back, is 31 years of age. They want to get rid of him. Even in the summer, they're offering him to Manchester United. So they want to sell the player, and they're looking for replacement of the player as soon as possible, meaning that at Borussia Dortmund, he goes on to start and play immediately. Now, will he come in at Arsenal and play immediately? If I'm the agent of Fresneda, I come to Arsenal. Do you know why? I think he's the best right back. He's better than Ben White. He's better than Tomiyasu, and he's just 18 years of age. Tomiyasu is 24, 25. Ben White, I think, is the same, 24, 25 years of age, meaning that age is still on his side, obviously with his talents, and how Mikel Arteta has shown us that he's good at improving players. Why not come to a club that is going to win the Premier League this season to go ahead and really get things done and dusted? Not so? So, that is it all about a man known as Fresneda, and let's go to another shocking story that has really told me, or that has really sent a message to my mind as to why Real Madrid don't want to sell or to loan Camavinga to Arsenal. Stories have been coming out through that Camavinga is really wanting to come to Arsenal. The agent of Camavinga rubbished it. Carlo Ancelotti, the manager of Real Madrid, rubbished it. But the player went ahead to like an Instagram post linking him to Arsenal. Now, it looks like there is a lot of uncertainty between Camavinga and the manager of Real Madrid. This season, Camavinga started close to 7 games and he never accomplished the 45 minutes. The manager took him off the field of play, meaning that he is not seeing him as one of those players that are really useful and important to his team. That's why he's taking him off. That annoyed Camavinga a lot, and Camavinga decided to really at least try to push the move. I think Camavinga is trying to push the move in a different way altogether, but the board of Real Madrid are really trying to really cover it up. But obviously, there is no smoke without fire. Now, today, we've gotten the fact that Camavinga looks like the club wants him out of the club, because we've been told that Real Madrid could potentially offer Borussia Dortmund 100 million euros, that is 88 million pounds, plus Eduardo Camavinga for Jude Bellingham. So, Real Madrid are really trying to make Camavinga an add weight to the deal of Jude Bellingham, and that shows you that the fact that I've been talking about, though not yet out confirmed by credible journalists, that Camavinga has really broken out with the manager of Real Madrid, it's true. Because if they're really considering to let Camavinga go as a make weight to get in Jude Bellingham, that shows you that Eduardo Camavinga can also be sold or can also be loaned to Arsenal in the January transfer window. There is something that's really being pushed by the player. That's it. I think these are some of the suggestions that are being put on the table by the agent of Camavinga, that please do ABCD for my client because he needs out of the club. So it looks like for Madrid, they want to play it in another way altogether that really lets down Camavinga. Putting you up as a make weight really downgrades you as a player, because Camavinga, I don't believe Camavinga is at that level of being made as a make weight at that age. To me, if I am Real Madrid, I loan Camavinga to Arsenal. He plays very well like they did with Odegaard. Then Arsenal can get you close to 60 million euros. Remember, they bought him at 40 million euros from, is it Rennes? Yeah, he was playing for Rennes in France. Now that means you'll be making a profit of 20 million euros, other than putting him as a make weight on a player known as Jude Bellingham. To me, I believe the best way to put him into the summer shop window, loan him to Arsenal. He will obviously come in and play very well. After playing very well, he will find himself in a position that he wants to be retained by Arsenal, and Arsenal will get you the money that you want to really stay with Eduardo Camavinga. So that's it. So it looks like Camavinga is really shaking the tables, and obviously everyone is really knowing what the boy is all about. The boy wants out of the Real Madrid team because he's not getting enough playing time. So that is a player for you known as Camavinga. Now let's go to Nketiah. Do you know that across all competitions since the World Cup, Nketiah is really one of the highly rated strikers, and he has gone ahead to score very many goals. You've seen him score goals, and obviously here is the table of how this is really being evaluated, and he's on the table of the men. That's it. Table of the men. Now, across all competitions in the World Cup, Rashford is leading the table. He has scored 8 goals. Erling Haaland, 7 goals. Eddie Nketiah of Arsenal, 6 goals. Riyad Mahrez, 5 goals. James Ward-Prowse, 5 goals. So it shows you that Nketiah is placed third behind Marcus Rashford and Erling Haaland. So it shows you how good this player is returning into to be into that competition and that level of matching scores with these huge players in the Premier League. So remember, when the World Cup really opened up, this guy went ahead to score a goal against West Ham. He scored against Brighton. He scored a brace against Oxford, and he scored a brace against Manchester United. Those are the 6 goals he has gone ahead to score during the period after the World Cup. So that is Eddie Nketiah for you. And obviously, people have gone ahead to start to really raise a debate or an argument about him and Gabriel Jesus. Trust me, when Gabriel Jesus comes in through and is 100% fit, he's going to start ahead of Eddie Nketiah. So let Eddie Nketiah enjoy his honeymoon and spell a lot. The good thing is that he's scoring in goals, but Jesus is someone different. That's it. So guys, your reactions to Arsenal leading Ivan Fresneda are welcome in the comment section below. What are your thoughts about Eduardo Camavinga? Because Real Madrid are really looking to put him as a make weight to sign Jude Bellingham. Do you think they are doing the right move, or they would have loaned him to Arsenal in the January transfer window? Then later in the summer, they call in for money as they did for Martin Odegaard. And lastly, what do you think about Eddie Nketiah and the numbers he's raising to be put up in the boots of the big boys, with Marcus Rashford ahead of him and Erling Haaland only? He's third and the rest follow. Ever since the World Cup came to halt, he has scored 6 goals. That is Eddie Nketiah. So thank you very much for watching in through. Rokani David is my name. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. I sign out for now. See you later. And guys, don't forget to subscribe. And let's see close to 1,000 likes on this video, guys. I know we can make it. We can make it. And continue to subscribe. I sign out, guys. Bye-bye. Returning back with the last story, I think, of the day, because we might not do 5 this time around. We might do 3 or 4. I'm out.